Somebody walks up to my booth, wants their dog's name on paw print ornaments, right there while they wait. And there I am, nudging the text around on screen, trying to eyeball it, getting it centered while they watch. It's really slow, painful, and exactly this kind of thing that makes a line form and people walk off instead. So I built something that fixes that completely. You drop the blank in, snap a photo, and the machine already knows exactly where that design needs to sit. No fiddling, no eyeballing, no standing there sweating while a customer waits. And that's what we're building today. My simple builds. Hey, what's up? Brad here from My Simple Builds. Before we get into it, quick heads up. The XTool has given me a steep discount on the M2 that I'm using for this video. And I've got affiliate links down in the description. So if you buy through them, I earn a small commission. All of the opinions in this video are still completely my own. Quick explanation before we jump into the software. Jig processing means you build a custom mold, cut specifically for the shape that you're making, and that mold locks the blank into the exact same spot every time it goes in. The camera captures it, the software already knows where that shape sits, and your design lands centered without you touching the position at all. That's the whole point of it for me. At the booth, I don't have time to fine-tune placement while somebody watches. I need to drop it in, capture, and done. So let's build one using the same paw print ornament that I featured in my first M2 video. There's a link in the description above. Pet ornaments are already one of my top sellers, and I'm expecting them to be even bigger this year. So we're starting out with this one as our first jig. First thing, open XTool Studio and connect to your M2. Up at the top, click Mode, then select Jig Processing. That switches you into a different drawing setup than your normal engrave and cut project. For the jig material itself, you've got options. Wood, acrylic, basically anything the M2 can cut cleanly. I went with a piece of plywood since it's cheap and I usually have scrap lying around from other builds. One thing that actually matters here, lay your material flat on the base plate, not raised up on the honeycomb or with the magnetic standoffs. If you raise it, your cutting accuracy drops, and the accuracy is the entire point of doing this. So, base plate every time. In the software, you'll get a jig drawing design guide window. You're going to punch in the length and the width of your material so that the software knows what you're working with. You can then draw in a custom shape, or if you already got one, you can import an SVG file. I imported the paw print SVG I already had, matched it to the actual blank I cut for that ornament. A small trick worth doing here is to add a little notch at the edge of the shape. For simplicity of this video, I'm going to score the shape instead of cutting it all the way through, but normally you'd cut it out. Either way, that notch gives you the spot to grab onto the edge of the ornament and lift it back out after you've personalized it. Draw in the notch shape, select both it and your main ornament, and hit combine. Then select union. That's the easiest way to remove all the extra material. You're going to pick your material under the material list. I'm using the 3M white oak plywood, and then set your process to cut. Again, I'm using score for this one. Now for this video, I'm keeping it simple. One jig, 3 paw print slots so that I can show you the workflow without overcomplicating things. In real life, at the booth, I've actually got a separate jig for each of my shapes. Paw prints, hearts, dog bones, etc. So whatever a customer asks for, I grab the matching jig and throw it in the machine. But for today, 3 paw prints on one board. Set your layout. I did 3 across, 1 row. Make sure that your spacing doesn't exceed your material size. And then you're going to name the drawing and hit save and process. The M2 will run its camera recognition and distance measurement automatically here. So let it do its thing. Once it's done, you'll get a framing preview. Check that the outline actually lines up with your material before you commit. If it looks right, hit process and then start. Now that our jig is ready, we have a quick, repeatable template for personalizing this ornament. Pop your fresh jig onto the base plate and fit your paw print blank snugly into each slot. Then close the lid. I'm going to go ahead and close out the previous project on XTool Studio and start a new one, so we can actually show that the alignment works. In the software, click Jig Calibration. The camera by itself is great, but I was really excited to see this process work. The machine scans a QR code that was engraved right onto your jig. And once it reads that code, it locks into position based on the jig itself. And it's no longer relying on the live camera anymore. So you don't get thrown off by lens distortion or differences in the material thickness between pieces. The jig becomes a reference point, and the guesswork is gone. This is why this process makes the M2 a great choice over my previous laser, since I already know exactly where the paw print sits in that slot. I can just drop the customer's dog's name into the design, hit capture, and it's already centered. I can knock out 3 names back to back using autofill to carry the position across the slots. Then just swap the text for each one before I process. One thing that's easy to miss: jig processing needs you to manually measure the distance. It doesn't auto measure like a standard mode. Click the aimed measure, then click on the actual surface of the workpiece, not the fixture around it. You want the height of the item you're engraving because that's where the laser needs to focus on. Hit process, press the start button, and let it run. Here's the payoff. And honestly, it's a big part of why the M2 has changed how I do it at all. On my old F1, I didn't have a camera to work with, so every single placement meant using the framing tool, then physically nudging the piece around on the bed until it matched up, live in front of a customer, every single time. The M2 has a built-in camera, so it can actually capture the jig and know exactly where everything sits without me touching the material at all. Now the placement's already solved before the customer even walks up. I drop in the blank, type in the name, capture, done. That makes my workflow more efficient and helps keep the checkout line moving faster. And it's not just engraving anymore. The M2 gives me the choice to engrave or to print. So depending on what the customer wants, I'm not locked into one look. It's the same jig, same calibration. I just pick engrave or print based on the piece. If you do any kind of live personalization, craft fairs, markets, pop-up events, this is the feature that gets you there. Build the jig once, at home, bring it with you, and every order at the booth moves faster. That's jig processing on the M2. If you sell at craft fairs and you're tired of eyeballing placement in front of the customer, build yourself a jig before your next event. If this helped you out, do me a favor and hit the subscribe and drop a like on this video. It genuinely helps this channel grow. I've got a lot more M2 content coming, so if you're interested in this machine and want to see what it can do for your business, or you're just a crafter looking for new tools to help your creation process, you'll want to stick around for that. Well, it's time for me to get back to the shop. I'm Brad, and this is My Simple Builds. Until next time, go make something.